Oh boy. We have 3 parts this week. So part 1. First thing, summon system improvements. Moonlight heroes have been added to the Covenant summon area. They talked about this before. Mystic Summon's UI has been improved. I've seen this already. That looks nice. Though I don't think there's any, at least I didn't notice. I didn't see how you look at what the next week's rotation is going to be. Maybe they mentioned that in here. Guaranteed summon counter has been added. Mystic summon screen now displays the amount of time the current 5-star Moonlight hero has until it is removed, and the next 5-star Moonlight hero will appear. The Mystic summon screen now displays the amount of time the current 4-star Moonlight hero has until it is removed, and the next one will appear. The Mystic summon screen also displays normal heroes and artifacts that can be obtained. It also displays the amount of time remaining until the normal hero and artifact list is changed. The next rotation of Moonlight heroes and regular heroes and artifacts is also displayed. I don't know where it displays the next rotation. I didn't see that anywhere. Anyway. Storage. If the number of heroes and artifacts in the player is greater than their inventory allows, then the newly summoned heroes and artifacts will be put in storage. Players can view the Mystic Summon probability rates. Players can proceed to the journal from the Mystic Summon screen. Guaranteed summons have been added to Mystic Summons. Each summon will cause the summon counter to decrease by 1. If the player does not receive the featured 5-star Moonlight hero after 200 summons, then the following summon is 100% guaranteed to summon that hero. If the featured 5-star Moonlight hero is summoned, the summon counter is reset. And if the 5-star Moonlight hero is rotated, the counter will not reset. Yep, I think they said all this already. Moonlight heroes in the Mystic Summon list changes. The Mystic Summons are also designed to include older heroes. Expected hero rotation change can be seen below. Normal heroes and artifacts will not be changed. So they now have Wanderer Silk in the rotation as the 4-star. Improvements have been made so that a gold color appears in addition to UI improvements when summoning 4 to 5-star normal heroes and artifacts. I guess that looks nice. Improvements have been made so that a purple color appears in addition to UI improvements when summoning 4 to 5-star Moonlight heroes. Okay. Hero relation improvements. Hero relationships have been improved. The relationship between characters changes as the story progresses. As the player progresses further into the plot, new relationships are formed and displayed. When a condition is satisfied, a new relationship diagram opens and players can move to another relationship via the button at the bottom. Okay. Relations that have not yet been formed will be marked with a question mark symbol, and as the player progresses in the story, these symbols will be replaced with newly connected heroes. As the story progresses, the relationship may also change. So, like Syria being hostile towards Raz, and now being friendly, and whatnot. Even if your relationship with a particular hero has changed, players may view previous information by tapping the button below. Alright. New Moonlight hero, Apocalypse Ravi. A girl born amidst calamity, the new Moonlight hero, Apocalypse Ravi, has arrived. Players can meet Apocalypse Ravi in the Covenant Summon, the Moonlight Summon, and through Mystic Summon. Apocalypse Ravi. Originally born in a small village, she was chosen to become an incarnation of the god of war before accidentally falling into another dimension while fighting an enemy general. She has no memories of her life before she was deified? Yeah. I don't see that word very often. Apocalypse Ravi is a dark elemental warrior whose self-sufficiency allows her to contribute to both eliminating enemies and ensuring the survival of her allies. Deliverance Soul Exchange revives an ally when an enemy is eliminated. It can turn the tide of battle as it decreases the number of enemies while increasing the number of allies. War God's Might recovers Apocalypse Ravi's health when she is attacked, allowing her to survive against powerful enemies. The higher Apocalypse Ravi's max health, the stronger this skill's effect becomes. So her skill 1 attacks the enemy with an axe, absorbing some of the damage dealt as health. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. And Soul Burn for 20 souls greatly increases the amount of damage dealt, does not trigger a dual attack. So very similar to regular Ravi. Her skill 2 is a passive. Critical hit chance increases by 5% for every 20 fighting spirit. Consumes 10 fighting spirit to recover health after being attacked. Amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. Begins the first battle with 50 fighting spirit. And then our 3, which is Deliverance Soul Exchange, gives you 30 fighting spirit and delivers Divine Judgment down upon the enemy. When an enemy is defeated, revives one random dead ally with 10% health before granting skill nullifier once. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, my question is, who is getting the skill nullifier? Does it go to Ravi or does it go to the revived hero? Does it go to both? They definitely could have been more clear with that. I'm not even really sure, just based on the wording they have, who that goes to. I'm guessing the revived ally, if I had to guess. They definitely should have made that more clear. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. So Apocalypse Ravi seems interesting. I've gotten Ravi on alt accounts and I really liked using Ravi. So maybe Apocalypse Ravi could be really fun too. So part 2. Hero balance adjustments. Following heroes have been adjusted. Luluka. Okay, here's those Luluka changes they mentioned before. The effect for Wild Wave has changed. So it now has a 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns on her skill 1. I think that's the only change here, which is going to make her better for Wyvern quite a bit. And the effect of Wave of Vengeance has changed. It now has 10% more chance than it used to decrease defense. And it goes up to 85 max. And it, instead of just scaling the damage of Wave of Vengeance every time you use it, she now gets a passive attack increase. Which means that I might have to actually stop using her for Wyvern, funnily enough. Just because she now, after stacking up her attack, gets the guaranteed dual attack from Tamarin instead of it going to Luna, which is kind of a problem. So even though she just got buffed, I'm probably going to have to replace her with like Seaside Bellina. I can't have people stealing Luna's dual attacks. So next we have Balances On. Dark Cloud's damage has been increased by 30%, and Dark Cloud's damage dealt proportional to debuffs is increased by 50%. So that seems like a lot of damage increase. I mean, the last time they increased someone's damage by 30%, didn't go so well. And then last Requiem's cooldown has been decreased by 2 turns. Down to 4. But you get a -1, so it actually goes down to 3 with upgrades. Which I think is a bit much. I'm worried that this damage increase on Dark Cloud is too much of a damage increase. Although I don't know, like, I've never used Balances On. I don't think I've ever fought a regular one. So I have no idea what the damage was like before. Maybe it was terrible, and that's not that much of an increase. But reducing hit the cooldown on skill 3 to 3 turns seems like too much to me. I think they should have only reduced it by 1 turn. So Ludwig, effect of Moonlight is changed, which it now just grants him invincibility for using it. He no longer has any kind of like condition to gain it. Just use Moonlight Blow and he gets invincibility. The effect for Call of the Full Moon has been changed. So it now penetrates. So it used to require invincibility to get a 50% defense penetration. Now it always penetrates by 20% and it gains an additional 30% if he's invincible. So if you're invincible, basically there's no change. Tenebria. Dark Explosion's probability of inflicting the debuff Sleep has been increased from 25 to 40%, so it went up by 15%. That's nice. So that goes up to 50% max with upgrades now. Nice little buff to my Tenebria. And Nightmare. Nightmare now has an increased probability to decrease the defense of all enemies by an additional 10%. So that now goes up to 85. Buffing my Tenebria. Leo. The probability of Fox Hunt activating Sparrow Dive has increased. Damage of Fox Hunt has increased by 14%. I'm not all that familiar with Leo. So Fox Hunt has increased 20% increased chance to use Sparrow Dive, whatever Sparrow Dive is. And the probability of Flying Raccoon inflicting stun has increased and the cooldown is decreased. So they give it 25% more stun chance. And the cooldown was decreased by a turn. So we have Roman. The effect of Gravitation has been changed, which it now decreases combat readiness by 4 times instead of twice. And Event Horizon, it now has caster's combat readiness increases by an additional 30% when the enemy is buffed. Also not that familiar with Roman. So Captain Ricorous. The skill Quick Pierce for Ricorous and Captain Ricorous has had its effect changed. So it now effect chance increases by 25% when the caster is granted increased speed. And the healing effect for Supreme Spear has increased by 100% when compared to the previous version, so it heals him for twice as much. The damage for Captain Ricorous' skill, Supreme Spear, has been increased by 41%. That's quite the buff for that. They changed his runes, so he gets more defense and more health from his runes. Okay. Ras. So Sword of the Air. So damage dealt and amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. Yeah, so they're just adding the heal on that. Now scales to his health. An X slash. Attacks with the sword with a 75% chance to dispel a buff. So he now has a buff dispel. So some buffs to Ras. That was part 2. On to part 3. Other improvements and adjustments. An issue where the added value was not displayed when Chaos Inquisitor's Faith Rune is enhanced to +2 has been fixed. Auto battle AI improvements have been made so that Ludwig's skill Call of the Full Moon triggers after using the skill Moonlight Blow. So on auto he'll try to get invincibility first. An issue that caused the barrier that triggers when Arrowell's skill Escort is used, which made it overlap with other barriers, has been fixed. Improvements have been made so that the barrier triggered by Fallen Cecilia's skill Strong Instinct and Arrowell's skill Escort to trigger on random allies when all allies are at max health. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what that means, because I have no idea what Arrowell does. Anyways, issue that calls Soul Skill Volcanic Viper not to attack when certain monsters change has been fixed. Additionally, improvements have been made so that this skill attacks after certain monsters change. This applies to the following situations: when Azumanus Observer and Animanus Manager, who appear in the Tower, hatch; when Ken and Destina, who appear in the Automaton Tower, change; when Azumanus Observer and Manager and Watcher, who appear in Royal Capital Asmakalis, hatch; when the boss Juleaf Council, who appears in Asmakalis, divides; when the boss Secretary Vera, who appears in Asmakalis, hatches from a cocoon; and when Azumanus Manager and Observer, who appear in Azumanic Hunt, hatch. So he can now trigger his counterattack thing when enemies change forms. Interesting. The Korean voice actor for Luluka has been changed. Okay. An issue that caused only one target to be attacked when Seaside Bellina counterattacks with the skill You're Not Cute when in a provoked state has been fixed. An issue where, despite gaining 5 focus after an ally is attacked, Seaside Bellina's skill You're Not Cute did not activate upon an ally's death has been fixed. That's kind of important. An issue that caused the max damage to be continuously displayed twice when Seaside Bellina's skill Haven't I Warned You is used has been fixed. Artifacts. An issue that caused the effects of Creation and Destruction not to trigger on a non-attack skill has been fixed. An issue that caused the effects of artifacts Elbrus Ritual Sword and Hillig Lance not to trigger when the target is dead and other allies are attacked has been fixed. Adjustments have been made so that poison is not triggered when the threatened buff for the 5 types of night hair are not dispelled. What the heck? I have no idea what this is talking about. Inflates their body and attacks the enemy, dispelling one buff. When a buff is successfully dispelled, inflict poison for 2 turns. Typos and double spacing issues in the skill description for certain monsters have been fixed. Now, some monster thing. Adventure. An illustration for Paradoxia has been added to the main story. An issue that caused the Soulburn effect to be omitted from the skill description of the support NPC Destina's skill Key to an Oath has been fixed. Issue that caused exchanging adventure points at the AP exchange not to immediately reflect the number of AP points left has been fixed. For the side story, adjustments have been made to certain reputation text in the side story Song of the Sea. Improvements have been made so that players are able to see their progress for hidden achievements on the world map. Well, that's kind of nice. The promotional video button for the Song of the Sea will be deleted. Improvements have been made so that players can view the achievement progress when they enter or complete a stage in the side story. Again, that's nice. Typos in the Summer Pass guide have been fixed. An issue that caused the background of the item to be displayed when players obtain a background pack as a Summer Pass reward has been fixed. For Abyss, improvements have been made so that purification grants rewards proportional to the number of Abyss guides that are owned, which are the tokens you need to enter Abyss. So now when you go and purify, if you have all 3 of them, it just uses all 3 of them at once. Which, honestly, I don't like that. Like, it's kind of nice as a small little time saver. But I had plenty of situations in the past where I went ahead and just did like 1 or 2 purifies, and I saved my last token in case I wanted to do an Abyss stage later in the day. I did that all the time when I was still clearing Abyss, so that's kind of awkward. But anyways, an issue that caused the actual number of continuous turns of buffs resulting from Rin's skill share buff to be different from that displayed on the skill description has been fixed. This issue occurred to Rin, who appears on the 89th floor, and caused 2 and not 1 continuous turns of buffs. Automaton Tower. Improvements have been made so that the monster debuff value is displayed as a percentage. An issue that caused the skill sound of Fanatical Gaze Nikelia not to be heard has been fixed. Spirit Altar. The illustration of boss monsters in Spirit Altar has been improved. Yeah, I saw that. Labyrinth. Adjustments have been made so that the body is removed when the adjustments have been made so that the body is removed when the boss You Leave Council, who appears and Asmocalis divides. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Challenge. An issue that caused the continuous number of turns not to be displayed when Lilibet's skill Defcon triggers speed increase and attack increase has been fixed. This issue happened to Lilibet, who appears in Haughty Tailor. Additionally, the number of continuous turns that was omitted from the skill description has been added. The skill cooldown reset conditions for Scheming Rapla's skill Cursed Vapor that was omitted from the skill description has been added. This issue occurred to Scheming Rapla, who appeared in Haughty Tailor. Sanctuary. Improvements have been made so that if a player cannot complete a high command mission due to not fulfilling a building level condition, players can immediately access the high command buildings by using the Improve button. Alright. Speciality change. Improvements have been made so that the players are able to check speciality change information of target heroes even if they so not have them. I don't think that so is supposed to be there. Or no, it's supposed to be a do. Even if they do not have them. An issue that caused a typo in Corvus' skill Fury's Advent has been fixed. This issue occurred to Corvus, who appears when completing the trial battle for Chaos Inquisitor's speciality change. Arena. Players will be able to purchase Unknown Slate during the Arena preseason. Alright, I'll be sure to go buy that. An issue where the voices of the first, second, and third place heroes can be heard twice when a player enters the Hall of Fame has been fixed. Issue that caused Hall of Fame information not to be displayed during the preseason has been fixed. Guild. Improvements have been made to the Records tab in the Guild lobby. Players will now be able to see more detailed information about the Guild activities. Okay. Improvements have been made so that a red dot is displayed when there are attendance rewards to be collected. Improvements have been made so that a pop-up is displayed when promoting a guild member to captain. Summon. An issue that caused pressing the back button after checking the skill preview of heroes in Mystic Summons to take the players to the drop rate up banner has been fixed. For shop, Mystic Medals have been added to the secret shop. An issue that caused speech bubble not to disappear after checking the secret shop has been fixed. It's funny, a lot of people have been complaining about that the speech bubble goes away. Or that like it hasn't been going away lately. And I don't think I ever noticed that it can go away in the first place. I was so confused as to what everyone was talking about. Anyways. Shop. No, just read shop. Hero UI. Players will now be able to increase their hero inventory size from 250 to 300. Oh, that's nice. An issue that caused lag when promoting heroes has been fixed. Oh, they really fixed the promotion lag? I'll definitely have to go check that out. Improvements have been made so that when a Phantasma is promoted, Phantasmas of the same type are automatically sorted according to highest level. Alright. Packs, the text equipment acquired that is displayed at the bottom of the screen when a player purchases a package has been changed to equipment left. Improvement was made so that it is easier for players to know how much equipment is left. And the text in some of the summon settings has been adjusted. Adjustments have been made so that the hero and artifact grade is shown by a star. The background music of the summer title screen has been adjusted. An issue that caused the search UI and select button in the friends search window to be very close to each other has been fixed. Improvements have been made so that the level number and not max is displayed when a player reaches the max level. Okay, I actually like this little change. I never liked that it showed max on heroes. Okay, and the last thing is adjustments have been made for all languages to certain text that was overlapping or misspelled. So there's a whole bunch of like other improvements and adjustments. And lastly, We have a Galaxy bookmark and Mystic Metal 50% refund notice. So refunds have come out. And I'm probably going to go do a video where I spend all of mine. So I'll be recording that next. Hopefully I'll get something good. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm just going to assume I'm going to get all 3 stars. That way I won't be disappointed. Anyways, that's it for this. I'll see you later.